Okay, welcome guys. We're going to be playing some Quasimorph, which is actually one of my go-to sort of beer and pretzels games, which I really do quite enjoy. This is a game essentially where you go in turn-based strategy game, where you're going in doing missions with a single character in a randomly or procedurally generated environment each time. You can sort of choose the missions that you go and do. There's a sort of an extended meta game as well, which is not great, I've got to say. I'm really hoping that they actually put some effort into that aspect next. They've done a great job of the actual missions themselves, but the focus, or the lack of focus on the trading, for example, the upgrading of your ship, these sorts of things can take a long time. They're actually frustrating to play in the game, particularly at the start of the game. You don't really get much of an opportunity to sort of do any of this, any real trading, and the trading really should be a pretty major feature of the game, but it's just actually not. Now we've got this is a different mods that we've got. Let's have a look and see if we can change those. Just go to options. Where did we get them? I just downloaded another mod actually, just to try to make things a little bit easier. It's not there. Where is it? Back? Start a game. Actually, maybe it's in start a game. Just start this one here. Nope, that's still not going to do it. I'll just go back out again. Just save and quit. Yeah, it should be in options, I would have thought. Actually, where the hell is it? Controls, keyboards, credits. No, it's none of those. If we... I'm clicking on that one, it's actually not showing it up. Start a game, options, report a bug, help. Nope. It's not there. What the hell is going on? I've just got a repair between missions, display movement speed, and show needed up. Actually, it is in there. I think you just have to subscribe. Maybe that's all it actually is. These are what I've actually got. So these are the mods that I've got installed at this stage anyway. So show needed upgrade resources, repair between missions. So the upgrade resources are you're expected to remember what you actually need. And so we'll have a look at that when we get into the actual game itself. Hi, Heart of Mithril, how are you going? But it's not really something that... it's one of these things where there's so much you've got to try to remember when you're going outside of your standard combat sort of arrangement or environment, and the game really does need to look at this stuff to actually then sort of make it so that you can actually, well, first of all, get access to it a little bit easier than what it sort of shows in the game. But anyway, I'll go through and explain what all these things are. Repair between missions allows essentially for items to be repaired. In the base game, it doesn't actually have those, they stay broken, which again is probably okay, but I'm thinking I'd prefer to just have it sort of repair. I think it repairs up to a certain amount, and then display movement speed in the user interface. This is really critical as well, just in the actual in the missions themselves. It's very important to know what you're actually dealing with when you've actually got the various enemies that are coming towards you. So anyway, let's go and start. Well, actually, let's just go and load that particular game in. If I just go in and put the save game in through there. Hang on, I'll just go back again. Yes, just start a game in here. That one I don't think is, or are we actually moving? No, this is actually not where I wanted to start. I'll start a new one. So we'll just go back out. Save and quit. So we'll start completely from scratch. So we'll bin this one and go to new save. Now this is these are your different difficulties. You can actually customize the difficulty for yourself. So you've got easy, evacuation at any time, weaker enemies, increased rewards, and auto saves on each floor. So this one does allow you to sort of step through. The normal game is just standard with standard game difficulty, and then the unfair is factions will hate you, stronger enemies, no early evacuation, and the operative chips are one use only, which this is dramatically difficult. I can actually go and customize this if I wanted to. Rewards, yeah, I don't know. Like it's sort of maybe that's something that we could look at doing. So this is the in the sandbox area, faction growth, reputation with factions, mission reward points, enemies. Yeah, I'll keep it all there. I think we'll just keep that one back. We'll just play on normal, and just sort of go from there. Hi Supreme Plague, how are you going? And hi to anybody else that's joined us as well. So we'll start the game. As I say, this is one of my favourite games, but I'm just going to go and get rid of this.
Liars, tyrant.
And I'm just going to go and essentially, this is the backstory. I will actually go through what this backstory is because it will then give context as to how the game is actually sort of the larger elements of the game. So let's first restore memory after the diapause. During the ANCOM mission on Venus, we awakened a Quasimorph named Zeklin. Now that little statement there, that one sentence sort of sets a lot of things up. ANCOM is essentially an entity in the solar system. We play in the solar system, and so like you got the different locations like Venus, and then the various moons of the various inner planets. The outer planets will come; they're just not here yet. We awakened a Quasimorph named Zeklin. Quasimorph is essentially almost like a demon, and so there's now a demon entity called Zeklin, which we're sort of you can either help or fight against. So that tends to be sort of coming down to them versus everyone. Now his Quasimorphs are still in our world, which is weird. There's no information in the news that we're involved. Meanwhile, corporate insists that the Quasimorphosis is a fabrication and claim that Zeklin is a provocation by civil resistance. Civil resistance is essentially the rebels in the solar system. We're now orbiting Phobos, so one of the moons of Mars, and have time to recover and figure out what to do next. The supplies in the spacecraft are running low, so we need to find ourselves some new profitable. Continue. Do you want to continue training? I'm going to go no, because if you do continue training, there's sort of like a raid that comes in onto your spacecraft that you've got to fight off. But let's just go no with that one. And supplies in the spacecraft are running low, so we need to find some new profitable contracts. We can start working. So we're a paramilitary organisation, essentially. And so, we can start by returning the ANCOM PCPU from our cargo hold to its rightful owner, or bring it to somebody else. Also, we can land a mighty blow on Zeklin. There's a chance that he has enemies on Venus, and they will contact us. It's up to you, boss. So we can go anywhere we like. We can do anything we like as well. So we can start by returning ANCOM's PCPU from our cargo hold. So this is actually something that we picked up from the pre-mission, the Venus mission. So we'll just go continue. Let's have a look and see what we can actually play with. So we've actually got, like, for example, this is the starship that we actually have. This is the Magnum, so I can just zoom in on that one through there. This is actually where we set up our launch, everything. I just get out of the way. You've got spacecraft and system mapping through there as well, and stock exchange back over this other side. Let's go to the spacecraft first and have a bit of a look to see what we've got in that one. So this is the HIS Magnum control screen, yeah, blah, blah, blah. This is just essentially the actual ship itself. Now, if we can upgrade something, it will then show a plus. So we've got we can actually upgrade our supply system. We also have cloning. We've got research, the hangar bay, engineering, and navigation. Now, each of these have got different areas. If I go to the hangar bay, for example, this then sort of shows the area of the ship. There are some different things that you can sort of do through, like that you can actually start to upgrade in through this other side. Now, research is that's going to go back down to the others. This is going through the actual ship itself. So each of the actual areas of the ship have got different panels or different components that you can then start to upgrade. If we go to the upgrade screen, what we can see through here is that we've got like a whole range of different progressions that we can then sort of run through. And so this case here, what we need to have 2 of these management units would be sort of what would actually require. Now, the mod that I've got gives us that little thing of we need 8 and we've got 0 at this stage. So if we can find these on missions or if we can buy them, then we end up sort of being able to upgrade this particular component, but we don't actually have any of those just yet. So if we hover over that as well, this is a capsule. Allows you to summon a capsule to evacuate items from a mission to Magnum. So this is actually fairly useful. It would be good to get the hold of this one here, just so we can start to bring components up that we find on the missions. So this is something I do want to be aiming for. So I do want to be looking for those management units. That's going to be fairly important. Then we have, for example, this one, it improves the inventory slots by another 2 slots for when we do use the capsule. Fuel pumps in through here. Yep, so this one here, status blocked at this stage. So we've got different things, again, that we'd be wanting to sort of go and bring in, like this extended hull. That's some sort of, I forget what that actually is, actually, some sort of repair kit. That I think is just a repair kit. This one, I think, we do actually have one of these on board the ship. You can sort of see that that's actually available. I think that's a weapon repair kit. Or something like this. Then we've got different other sorts of things, and then they come through to the shuttle itself. Shuttle gets its own inventory, extra items per mission, and evacuation slots. So we can start to actually load in how we want to then approach the mission. So we can go in with extra equipment if we needed to. And then finally, this one down through here, this is trade. So it allows items to be sold at stations, on distant satellites and planets. And so this is so that's something we do want to aim for. Definitely want to be getting that. If we go back to the, just go back out. If I go back to the one area that we do actually have, so in this case, we've got the conveyor, we've got scavengers and recycling. This one allows us to build items on the ship. And so we can actually do this one here. This one requires a welding machine, and we have one available. So if I go and click on this one, production of the conveyor will require the following items. One welding machine. Now we ultimately need 17 of these. Again, this is from a mod that's telling me what I actually do require. I thought I'd download this mod because the game doesn't do a good job of telling you what you do need. And so in this case, we're going to ultimately need 17 of these. And we've got the one, so we can actually just go and start this upgrade process. So I'll go and do that one. The next ones that we actually have, this one requires 3 welding machines, and this one here requires 3 welding machines as well. So if I go to that one and hover over it, so we now need 17 in total. We've got 0 there at this point in time left on the ship. So so we can't get those. This one here, though, does actually allow us to improve Magnum's crafting capabilities. So we can actually then go and sort of change things with the conveyor. So with the conveyor itself, I can now start to use this. So I'll just quickly go and do that as well. So so we can actually produce this on board. So we've got one empty slot at this point in time. I'm just going to go and press plus. And depending on what I've got from my different resources, I can then go down and choose different things to then go and produce. Essentially, if we've got, we can get synthetic chicken, which is food, if we have just some plastic. So if we bring back plastic, or if we get plastic, we can then actually use this to then make food, for example. As we scroll down, we can actually start off by making first aid kits, and for this one we require a bandage, a splint, and antibiotics. So we can actually, rather than having the individual stuff, I can actually just go and start to make these. So we'll go and sort that one out and start production. Now, if I can make more of these, I can actually make up to 2. So I think I'll actually go and do that one. We'll just start production there. So they're now producing 2 of those. It's going to be 1 day, 12 hours to then go and produce that one. So if I go click on the plus, I can then sort of start to add in other things to then follow that. But I don't think there's anything else in here that I can actually go and make. Now you saw there before that we did need this one here, this engineering kit, engineering repair kit. This one requires 2 rods and 2 crude mechanisms to make, for example. So we can start to make different components, but there's not going to be things like welding machines or anything like that we require. So let's just go back. Now we also can't make the those corporate elements as well. So if we just go back out again, and as I say, I do definitely want this capsule, and I've already forgotten what I need. So it is actually, it's these management units that we do actually require. So that's the one that we want. So just so we can sort of start to extract things from the actual missions themselves. We've also then got the shuttle, yep, and then we've also then got the trade, yep. So that's actually, but this one here is what we want right from the very, very start. We'll just go and close that one off. Go back. And so all the different areas of the ship then have different abilities. At the moment we're using the conveyor system, now that we've just upgraded that one. You can see there's no more pluses, so we can't actually upgrade any of those. So that's the ship, just sort of getting those. We do actually have operators, and we also then have the cargo hold. I'll have a quick look at the cargo hold. I'm just going to resort the cargo hold for now. And so this is actually what we have in our cargo hold on the ship. We have 7 different areas, and again, this is an area that does need a bit of work. I would like to have these themed, so that you can actually theme the individual cargo holds, like one for weapons, one for clothing, things like that. But unfortunately, it doesn't really have, it doesn't do it. Like, this is something you have to then do manually, unfortunately, which is a bit of a pain. Just read a few more of the comments there. So I think I said hi to Supreme Plague there before. Pizza in the oven, there we are. So Unrelated Pants saying Quasimorph, love this game. Yeah, it's a great game. It's a great game, but just it does need a lot of focus in the sort of extraneous areas. The actual base of the game is incredibly good. Hi Empty Soul saying hi. Are you trying the new beta? Yes, this is beta 9.1, I think. I don't actually. That's a good point. I think I am. I think I'm locked into the. Actually, I'm not 100% sure now. Just let me see if I can find out if I am actually in the new beta. To see where we are with this. Just open her up. Oh yeah, no, it did say beta, didn't it? Just right there, yeah. So with this is the. So just to go through with this one through here. If I go to properties and go to betas, yeah, beta 0.91, which has got augmentation. So they've been focusing a lot on the missions and the actual characters that they're using. So anyway, that's what we have selected there. So that's all fine. Right, let's get back to the game. Yep. So it is the latest beta. So that's actually important to clarify that. The game every so often has like a major update, and the last major update was about a month ago to start the augmentation update for the game itself. So Dave Flute saying, any more Field of Glory Kingdoms, Stu? Your last play was brilliant. Oh, thanks for that. Not so much. Yeah, look, I want to play more. Yeah, I almost played it again today, and I'm thinking I can't do back to back. It's not good for the channel for me to do it back to back, but I do. I was so tempted to keep on maybe not play that one, but play something different. Yeah, because I didn't actually show a faction in Field of Glory Kingdoms, that actually was using a lot of the mechanics, and I was planning on playing as Normandy, where we did actually, but then then this morning when I woke up, I was thinking, I could play the that southern Italian state, and play that one as well, which would have been fairly good fun. That that sort of Norman invasion of the southern parts of Italy, with the war campaigns. But anyway, I thought I shouldn't really play back to back, but I was sorely tempted. So Dave's saying I learnt so much. Yeah, no, it's a great game. I think the hardest thing, and this is one of the comments that I keep on getting from people, is that it's hard to get your head into the right space, and so many games are like that. And this game as well. Like, there's nuances that in this game that you'll find that we need to address as we go in. Hi Guy Bellaby, how you going? So let's keep on going in. Right, so that's actually the ship. The ship has now been done. The cargo hold, as you sort of saw there, we can sort, but we can't really sort the actual individual areas. And again, this is something I would like to see in the game. The biggest issues for me, though, are like trying to manage the loot so that you know that you're bringing back. Like, I'm going to forget about those management units that we do require, but we're going to be on the lookout for those. The operators, we don't actually have any of those just yet. We start with 4. We'll come back and deal with those in just a minute. So we'll just go back out. Now the system map is where the different missions are. And so at the moment, the orbit of Phobos. And so with Phobos in through here, I'll just try to explain how this one actually sort of does work. Through the solar system, we've got a whole lot of different areas we can then go and play. We can go, for example, into Mercury and play there. It takes 32 days for us to travel from Mars back to Mercury. So we've got Mercury there. There's no missions there at this point in time. So Mercury itself has then got a whole lot of different bases on the actual planet itself. And so it's got, for example, this is Flat Obsidian, which is a field camp. This is actually at the moment, we're peaceful with them. The owner is Civil Resistance, and Civil Resistance, as I said before, is essentially the rebels. They're probably the easiest one to fight against ultimately in the early part of the game. Technology 0, technology gain 0 per week, power 0, power gain 0 per week, and the population there of 8,379. And they require, this is the trade system, again, which is, I would say broken. The trade system is broken. I might just move my head off the bottom. I'll figure out where we are when we're in, like I know that we're sort of, I'm right over the top of the various, if I sort of scroll around here, we've got sort of issues with the with my head is a little bit. Anyway, each of these have got like a different owner to them, so a different entity actually owns them. They produce different things as well, like we can see that there's different items that they then produce, and this is where we can ultimately then do the trade. This one here is Corwood MG, is the owner of this particular orbital factory. So we've got ourselves a field camp, an orbital factory. This is a research centre down in through here, for example. You can see there that there's like, we're not going to get a real lot of good stuff from Civil Resistance, but some of the others start to then get some much more powerful different types of units that they then go and build. We've got got Goth, we've got network in through there, Mammoth terminal back in through this other side. These are spaceports, network centre, training centre. So these are different themed areas, and it's procedurally generated if you do go and actually start to do missions on these. But Mercury has got nothing. Volcano is like a smallish. Looks like a big starbase type thing, or big orbital in around Mercury's orbit. And so this one here has got like a refueling terminal. This is actually from a company called Realware. We've got Moonlight, and this is a Corwood MG. The mission here is a conquest mission, and you can see through there. This is actually where there are actually missions. You can choose either side to play. So this is the beneficiary for this particular attack on this location would be Corwood MG. The reward is high at 3,539, but the difficulty is also extreme at 5 skulls. They've got 4 floors you then need to go and do. The victim is ANCOM, which was mentioned at the start. This is actually where we did that mission on Venus, like in the precursor mission. And so ANCOM is trying to defend this, and lower reward but very high difficulty. And this one here, you just have to defend against whatever paramilitary organisation is coming up against you from Corwood MG. So this is all the different entities are fighting each other. It's sort of like corporate entities, essentially, around the actual solar system. You also then have like a laboratory through there as well. So in this case, there is actually one mission, which you can see through there, with the cross swords being that sort of mission through there. But again, 32 days. There's probably going to be expiry. See how the time remains, 28 days. By the time you got there, that would not be there anymore. Citadel is another location, back again, just another orbital, back in around through here with a whole lot of different, like a research centre, power station, hydroponic farm, entertainment service back in through this other side. There's ANCOM again, sort of one of the owners in through that side. They don't produce any items here, but they do require certain sort of items as well. So they have requirements for their trade, and this is where, again, the game doesn't do a good job of teaching you or presenting to you how this can then sort of work to your favour. It's actually it's painful, actually. It's actually a real, for me, a real negative in the game. So I hope that they address that soon. They've been addressing so much good stuff. The game is in early access. Venus is actually one of the difficult ones. Now, you can see that Zeklin is actually now controlling a lot of what we sort of see through here on Venus itself. Venus is where the quasimorphosis is at its strongest. So we need to be careful if we go and, like, it can be pretty much anywhere except around Mars at the start. I think also the Moon, I think around Earth, is also something where there's not as much quasimorphosis, but nearly everywhere else we end up with these sort of entities that erupt out of the bodies of fallen soldiers, which is sort of like, so it's almost like demons. So we have to be careful of those. But you can see that Zeklin, this T symbol through here, they control a lot of Venus. Havoc as well. We're going to start to sort of see the different orbitals. Mecta as well, another orbital station. Earth, and again, Earth is sort of, like this is only 16 days away. No missions there, but we can sort of see that there are some missions in like over time, there'll be more and more of them. If we just go straight to where Mars is, so we've got Mars, we've got the different asteroids, so we can sort of then have a look to see where these actually are. Again, these are it's a long distance to travel out to some of these different asteroids. So there's a whole heap of these as well, and so these have just been added into the game, and then you sort of got like the outer. So these are sort of more like where the outer areas are. We then actually have we can go all the way out to Jupiter. So we can start to now sort of look at what Jupiter's got. Jupiter's got 3 different missions back out through here. So these have all just been added in very, very recently. So around Jupiter, Jupiter would probably be viable for us. It's 110 days to travel from where we are out to Jupiter at the moment. But we do actually have like a whole lot of different orbitals back in through here as well. So you could actually just sit around and handle Jupiter actually if you needed to. Saturn as well. These are all what's going to be coming in the future in the game. So all the different other entities in the solar system. It's pretty cool the way it does work. But what we're interested in probably just like we've got Mars. Now Mars we've got no actual like there's no missions to do there. Phobos is where we currently are. There's no missions there. Now these are all randomly generated, and then Deimos, another one of the moons, we do actually have a mission here. Let's have a look and see what this one is. This is actually the beneficiary here is NCOM. This is an elimination mission where we have to eliminate a high-ranking person. This is a 4-star difficulty, or 4 skull difficulty, which makes it sort of fairly difficult. The reward isn't fantastic. 4 floors we have to go through, and the victim is civil resistance, which is, as I said before, it's probably the easiest of them to sort of make use of. If you're doing any of the missions between, like from Mars, Phobos, and Deimos, you don't have to worry about quasimorphosis. So that's just not a feature of Mars at all. So when you're learning the game, I would suggest that you sort of stick around those three entities in through there, just so you don't have to deal with the quasimorphosis initially. But Deimos, that's a difficult fight there. Does that matter? Not really, because we use clones and we can just re-clone. If we fail the mission, we can essentially just we can sort of do that again. Now it's 20 hours to fly across to Deimos. Let's go and start the travel. So we'll just go and click on this one through here. So we'll go to the other moon. All right, now in the meantime, we've picked up, there's another potential mission in here. Now this is also a 4, so this one here is a fairly difficult one. Let's talk about the stock exchange before we go and do this mission. And so these are the different entities that have got the different components or the different locations around the solar system. So you've got things like SBN, and if I go and click on these, we then get information. And so they've got different defense missions at the moment sort of available. And so where different elements are trying to attack them around the solar system. I keep on saying universe, but around the solar system. And so these are active contracts and defense contracts that they've actually got. So in this case, with the defense contracts, if we were close to wherever these actually were, we'd be able to go and help them, protect them if we wanted to. Now they actually have, if we go to the information, chairman of the board is Roberto Milner, the CEO is Ali Pali, and the headquarters are based on Earth. And so this is a media corporation. It hosts the actual version of NCE. And so essentially it just goes through the history of what they actually are, what they do. So it's sort of like this is essentially a news organisation. So that's what they get up to. I'll just go and click on that one. They've got different technologies that they then sort of can have. So again, we can try to start to find things that they may have that's useful to us. So they've actually got like laser handguns initially. We'll just go and get rid of that one. So we can subscribe to these. So like I'm going to go for these sorts of elements. I can subscribe to, which means just keep an eye open for them. I can subscribe to things that I want to protect, or want to help, and I can also subscribe to things that I want to be trying to destroy. Now I'm going to probably go after the civil resistance because they're fairly easy. So I'm just going to go and subscribe to this one, which will then make this one yellow, and then we'll start to sort of see these appear a little bit more readily. Real wear and through here, and again, if we just go back into the info, this is a development and production of weapons, training and security personnel is what they end up doing. They've, if we have a look, they've got a few different missions around the place, including one over through here at Demos. They're trying to defend against the Church of Revelation. At Demos, their technology, again, nothing much there that we really require. They do actually have basic item chips available that we could actually try for. So that's what RealWare sort of has. Just go back in. I'll subscribe to that one as well. Zeklin, I'm going to not subscribe to that. I want to try to avoid these if we can. And then we've got the Church of Revelation. These here, if we just go back to their information, this is a religious organisation. And again, it really comes down to what they have with their technology. This is not important to us, so I'm not going to subscribe to these. ANCOM is one that we did the mission for initially, and we do want to sort of probably keep these around. This is a system scale publisher and a research corporation, and so they actually have like a whole range of different sorts of things that will be sort of throughout the game itself. There's different. This is like the number of faction assets, the bases that they actually have around the place. This is their faction power. So again, that's something that if we support them and help them, which is sort of something we're going to be doing in this instance, then that can be something that actually where they get more powerful as if we do missions, and then they become more friendly to us. Faction techs, so at this stage, just they're at tech level 1, and essentially relations with this faction were plus 20 because of what we had done on Venus. So we essentially had just finished off a mission for them. That was the pre stuff that we were then going to do. Their technology is again, there's not really a hell of a lot in through here. There's some unknown technology, like they'd have to expand. But I will actually, I will also go and subscribe to them. Grasshopper Technologies. This is if we go to their technology. Got class chips. Yeah, it's not too bad, actually. Like getting different classes is actually fairly useful. I'll leave that one off. We've got Planet Bridge as well. This here is a engineering and construction technologies with what it actually has. It's only got really basic technologies, so I probably won't worry about supporting them. Let's go across also. Then we've got things like Dilthy, which is actually back in the asteroid belt. This one here is Engineering Hyper Corporation, but they're mainly are back out in the asteroids. Unchained Belt. This is sort of like Belters from I forget that TV show. Whatever the TV show is that with these are the like this. Essentially, they're sort of like the civil resistance, but in the belt. If we have a look at the info, this is a union of pirate crews in the belt. The technology is just going to be fairly basic that they actually have. If we have a look at civil resistance, so if we have a look at their information, a terrorist organisation fighting to restore the nation states, so waging long-term struggle against the anarcho-capitalist order. So that's, and you can actually decide to help them, but I'm going to decide to go against them just because they're a little bit easier. They do actually have just basic type weapons in through here as well with what they actually then have available. So I will actually subscribe to them just so I can sort of do missions against them. And then we have the bottom one at this, and again, there's randomization to the way that these get set up. And so this one here is the weakest of them. This is a prison corporation. The technology we get from that one is just batons, tactical pistols, and bullets essentially. So nothing much in through that side at this stage. But again, there's technology, and then the trading is sort of fairly difficult. Let's have a quick look at these other. So that's the actual that's the organisations. Then we actually have the various items, so we can sort of see what items are available in the game. Now we needed to get those management chips. So that's a darknet unit. That there is a management unit, this one here. So this is, again, where the mod that we've got is telling us we need 8 of these ultimately. And so if we go and have a look at this one and just go and click on it, this is actually where the manufacturers are. So we've got Earth. We do actually have SBN on Mars has got them. And so this is actually the produced items are the management chips. So if we can find, this is actually, again, where you've got to then try to remember what to look for, with what you actually have, is that for their trade to work, we need to be friendly with them. So SBN becomes a fairly important one for us to then try to go and work with. They require all of the different things that are inside, like on Mars. You'll see it's different depending on where I go, but this is. But if we're on Mars, looking at the manufacturing of these chips. So they produce a whole lot of different things in through here. I don't know if I think that they trade them. I'm really bad at trading. But anyway, this is what they're looking for. So they're just looking for things like pipes, rods. There are some expensive things in through there as well. So yeah, that's on Mars itself. So if we have a look at Mars, yeah, we're not going to be able to, where was it, SBN? Yeah, it's got the produced items there. That's not it, is it? Oh, this one here. Yeah, so that one there is the one that we would then be wanting to go and trade with. But I'll just try to sort of do my best in the game just to see how we can sort of then move through. So getting monetary gain is actually probably not really as important as getting what they want, and trying to remember what they actually want during missions is pretty much impossible, unfortunately. So I'm just going to go back. I'll just go back out, stock exchange again. And so this is, again, the items. So you can start to sort of see where the actual items are. So it's getting there. It's just not easy at this point in time. Like this one here is the basic rates that you end up getting, and like how valuable they actually are in the galaxy. And then finally, you've got the your own sort of stats with what we've done there. We've done nothing at the moment in through here, so we'll just come back out. So we have this mission here where we're going to go and do the elimination for ANCOM against civil resistance. So let's go and start this particular mission. Now, when it starts on, so it's bring it on. Now we can either swap it, so we can change side to go from ANCOM to civil resistance. So we can actually go and do it from this one. Task, escort a key call node to a safe location. And so this would be an escort mission where we're trying to protect somebody against ANCOM's, incursions. But in this case, we're going to be we're going to take on the mission to eliminate the key call node of the civil resistance, and mission goal will be on floor 4. So we have to sort of get our way through. So I'll just read a few more of the comments there. Stebrian saying the mod that tells you what equipment you need to collect for ship upgrades is invaluable. Yes, it is. Yeah, I've only just installed that one actually. That one really does help a lot, just to sort of know what to look for. Hi Luxek, how you going? And Stebrian saying faction technology increases a little too fast for my liking. Okay, yeah, I don't play the game for The Expanse was a TV show. There we go. Thanks, Fondfond. By the way, I owe you a banning. No, I won't do it. But you died yesterday. You're the only death in. I think it was you that died yesterday in Dwarf Fortress. So hi Sev, how you going? Yep. So I'll keep on going through. Beacon saying hi. So Zumberg just saying, as far as factions and their gear goes, I'd argue that siding with factions isn't just about what you get; it's about what you don't have to see it used against you. Oh, okay, yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah, let's keep on going. We've got the so Miguel is saying this seems inspired by the 90s space title Space Hulk. Am I wrong? Yes, you are wrong actually. Space Hulk is its own sort of I guess it could be. Yeah, and Thormus is also saying The Expanse. Yep. So everyone's trying to saying again, this is becoming a custom thing. Yeah. So anyway, with it's Space Hulk is quite different. It's kind of clunky. This one's not as clunky. This one is certainly much more. I find it much more enjoyable than Space Hulk, and I sort of like the idea of Space Hulk. Space Hulk also isn't random. Like this is procedurally generated. Anyway, let's now move forward. This is going to be the mission. We need to select an operator, So the details are Warden D is now the base of operations for the civil resistance. Corporations are gritting their teeth because such a rich asset does not bring profit. However, deciding to take direct action now means facing unimaginable losses. It seems that one of the field commanders is here, key call node. If we want to receive the trust of ANCOM and a valuable reward, then we should take care of this fighter for the idea. Extra, Warden D is more of a warehouse system and staging post than a full-fledged colony. Life on Demos is simple, even ascetic. Most often the staff of such places consist of some hermits and religious fanatics. So we're not going to get much in the way of like the actual... The people we go up against shouldn't be too difficult. We're just going to have to manage them effectively. Now, the game has improved an enormous amount in what we're going to be looking at through here. So it's no longer just move through rooms and clear things. You now get hunted down, and that sort of makes life quite difficult. So let's go through. Now, we've got 4 different operators to start with. So Francis Reed Daly, and the things to look at through here if you're sort of new to the game is sort of what their what bonuses they end up sort of going and getting. So we'll just go through them. He's got 130 health. Melee damage is 7 to 14 if this is just with fists. Critical damage there of 170%. Strike accuracy 50%. Range accuracy 40%. Dodge chance 20%. So not very good strike or range accuracy, which means there's going to be a lot of missing. Starvation is high, so he's got a 2,000 kilocalorie starvation limit. The sight range is 8, which is good. Pain threshold limit of 10 and weapon durability of 120%. That means that his weapons don't degrade through use. Victoria is now these numbers look like they've actually changed a little bit here. Health 100, crit damage 170, strike accuracy 40, range accuracy 45. Starvation a little bit lower than what we saw there before. Better sight range, so can sort of see things at a distance. The pain threshold limit of only 8, and when using a weapon, the weapon goes up with another +2 range, so is able to use ranged weapons more effectively than most other units. Percy, back in through here, you can sort of see through here so he's got all resistances there of +10. This actually makes his armour very strong. So we look at the bottom area through there. Sight range of 8 is the average. So really Victoria is the one that can sort of almost be like a bit of a sniper. Percy has got better health. Like the health is actually very, very high. And the starvation limit there is also very, very high. And then Isabella down through here, what she does is she ignores infections, which means that she can actually, she's like a cannibal. She can actually, and with that, even though she's got the lowest starvation limit, she can actually butcher, people that she kills and eat their flesh and not get infections from that. So essentially, she can actually sort of eat as she goes. She's only got 100 health, so she's not the best at that. Sight range of only 7, so she doesn't see as far as the others. So, and she actually has a fairly good strike accuracy of 55. I like to take a melee guy in to start with. There's Percy there. I think I'll take Percy just because of the all resistances. Like that just gives him a nice all-round sort of, like his skin is a bit more armoured. And so these are clones. If these die, it doesn't really matter because you just bring them back. But if you can keep the same clone going for an extended period, they level up. And so we want them to essentially level up. So we'll go with Percy. So Percy comes in. So that's now the actual unit that we actually have. So that's Percy's base thing. He's a rookie, so needs experience capacity for rank increase. So essentially, we do want him to rank up. He doesn't have any augmentations. There's no implants that he's actually got. So we don't have any implants that will then sort of enhance him at all. This is new in the game. We then actually have to select a class for him. We have to do this one, and then we have to get the equipment for the actual mission itself. So with the class, this is where we've got only 2 classes at the moment. We can find more of these when we do missions. We've got the Scout of Hades back in through here. This is actually going to be one that is more to do with ranged weaponry, but we're going to go with more of a melee one. So shooting a weapon grants 4 experience. So hardened, so this every time the amount of damage is absorbed by resistances gain 20 experience. That's actually not bad for him. And he's got all resistance for another +10, so he becomes invincible. That's actually not bad at all, actually, for him. Blind Fury, so this a successful attack on a player activates the trigger. So this is not something we have to do with melee, with ranged units. Bodybuilding, his health goes up a little bit, and then we've got Combat Focus, where he gets a much higher dodge chance. That's actually not terrible. Then we've got Eclipse Blades back in through here. This is more your melee attacker. And so Athletics, so sprint affects accuracy of minus 20% in through there. Each turn of running gives 1 experience. We've got Combat Reflexes. When an enemy misses a character, gain 5 experience. This one here is a knife fight. So each hit with a melee weapon gives 10 experience. And this is sort of what I want to be doing. Then we've got all resistances of plus 10 endure again as well. Cannibalism. So in this case, we've got eating human meat will activate this trigger. So each trigger activation gives 20 experience. Activation costs 50 hunger and the cooldown of 30 turns. But it's dangerous for us to do that one. Carnage. So all damage goes up by 50%. So melee killing an enemy activates this trigger. And then finally, we've got Taste of Blood, which has got a bit of regeneration. Getting a bleeding wound activates the trigger. So if we do take damage and we are bleeding, you can bleed out in the game. In this case, we do get a bit of regeneration when we start to bleed. So I'm going to select this class. So that's going to be the class we're going to go in with. And then we just have to go in with the equipment. Now we will find equipment when we're actually in the combat. So I tend to go in with very, very minimal, because even if we lose the combat, we're going to pick up a lot of other things. Now, I tend to just take the knife. You can see there its value is 150. I'm just going to go and grab that one, put that in my main slot. So we'll see if we can actually just go in with this. And I don't really need much else. One thing I do like to try to take in is just a tourist backpack, just one of the little backpacks. We can build these also when we're actually in the mission, if we can find a location for doing that one. But it gives us double the areas for us to then pick stuff up. We don't have to deck him out with anything else. That would be pretty much all we'd need to go and do. That's our last backpack though. So so we, ultimately we're going to be wanting to try to find better backpacks. All right, so just going to grab us another drink of water. Be right back. Now, particularly with him being a rookie at this stage, I don't want to be risking lots of equipment. Okay, let's get started. So that's now, his equipment has now been done. We've got like 0.84 kilograms. Now there is actually a weight resistance in through here as well, like it can sort of, it can affect you, but let's just start the mission. So we're going just to double check. It's an elimination mission. We are doing it from ANCOM as the beneficiary, and we're going to start the mission here. Location of it is marked on your map. The shuttle pilot is going to do what he can, but the civil resistance has already detected our approach and taken action. CR always scares me. People go into battle not for profit or entertainment, but because they consider something unfair, and they are, and are they even people? The uncanny valley effect, no joke. Anyway, let's just keep on going in. So this is a procedurally generated map. And so I don't know why. It would be cool if they showed the actual map you're going into when you fly over, but you can see there it doesn't even relate to the actual map that we saw there. Now some of these, we've got containers in through this other side. I think I've got a mod, I did have a mod that was sort of showing different things in through here. Let's just go through what we've actually got and how we then play the game. So back up through here, we've got the implants, we can actually got mission management, and we have a mini map. The mini map is just going to sort of show us what's going on in around through here. So we'll start to sort of explore and I'm going to spend a bit of time. I want to try to wipe out each layer, or if I can find the way up to the next layer, I'll then go and just do that one. But I do want to sort of try to get rid of all of the enemies because they will come hunting for me. There's different things that happen, like if they see blood, or if you walk through blood and then leave a trail, they'll follow the trail. So they will try to hunt you down. And this is one of these things where you do have to sort of get into good position for actually sort of for combat. So that's that little area up in through there. You got your class in through that other side, just showing you essentially what you end up having with the various abilities. Back over through here, we've got our inventory, which is just showing not much at all at this stage. There's our knife. We can actually throw it if we needed to. which we don't want to, of course, at this stage. And we can do different types. We can either just do a precise stab, where the damage modifier is 100%, or we can do a series of stabs, where we do 3 strikes. The damage modifier is only 55%, but the accuracy goes down to 20%. So, well, it's reduced by 20%. So that's something we don't want to be doing. Down the bottom here, this is actually our satiety level. So we actually, at the moment, we're at 2400. As we make different moves, that's going to then go down. And so we'll have to manage that through our movement. We then actually have, this is our pain threshold. We've got 0 pain at this stage. Health of 150. This is something we have to then manage. If I go and click on each of these, those don't do anything. This one here, the health system, or the health monitor, will then allow me to then start to look at what we can then go and do health-wise around the body, like as we start to take damage. This is the air. Like I said, at the moment, we've got there's oxygen, no infection, no poisoning, a regeneration of 1. So at the moment, as we walk around, we will regenerate 1 health if we were suffering any health. The metabolism through here, you can see it's -2 because of the way that we're moving. I'm going to be changing that in just a minute. This is actually our movement. So we've got essentially the normal walking cycle is takes up 2 actions. So action per turn is 2 action points, and the action cost is 2 kilocalories. If I go and press Z, I'm then going to be sneaking around. And what this one does, so in stealth mode, action per turn is 1 action point. They've got the action cost of 1 kilocalorie. So essentially it's the same kilocalorie as walking as it is sneaking, except that it takes twice as long to sneak. We notice hidden enemies, and this is a big one. We have to sort of try to be working with this one. And the inventory, it doesn't cost us anything to do any interactions with our inventory. So we can actually, in this mode, we can sort of navigate our way through until we need to then move forward and do other things. If I go and go to the next one up, this is sprinting, or running. So actions per turn, we have 3 action points for every turn that we're doing it. The accuracy goes down by 20%. The action cost is 10 kilocalories per action point, essentially. We can't deal with the inventory, and we can't deal with interactions like with dead bodies or anything like that. So essentially, initially, we want to go back and actually start to sneak around. I'm just going to have a quick look around. Like viewing is important. So you can sort of see that there's some fuel up the top there. There's a barrel. We do actually have these containers. These containers don't actually have anything in them. So we are in sneak mode. Let's just go and sneak across. Have a quick look. Actually, there is some stuff there. There's specialist rosters. Valuable information. I will actually go and... It says there, that little up arrow is showing us that we do actually need 5 of these on our ship. So I will actually take these. So I'll just go and pop them in here for now. We'll just come back down into this one. And this one here is a knife maker, which will repair. Actually, that's a very, very valuable one. So I will go and grab that. I didn't realise that would actually... I thought there was a mod that I had that would actually sort of turn them off. Now, there's nothing else down that way. So we'll start to now move up. And just start to sort of see what else we can then find. The fuel, I'm not really interested in that. So it's not going to help me much. It doesn't. We don't have anything that requires the fuel. And there's a door, and there's somebody there. So we actually now have, the door has just opened up. And did it open? No, it didn't. Oh, actually it did. So when I hover over there, I've got a mod now that shows me what this particular unit does. So this is a call node. So it's just like one of the workers. It only moves at once, so it's slow moving. And the little hash that you see on the side there shows that it's a ranged unit. So this one here, if we have a look at it, has actually got a Firefly gas torch, is what it's actually using. So it actually... this is our first one that we have to then come up against. Now, unfortunately, it's going to cause burning, which may be a problem for me. So its weapon it's using this one here. It does a lot of what's its range? Effective range of 3. So yeah, it's not going to help me that much. This is a civil resistant combatant. Fanatic absolutely devoted. This one is wearing some synthetic garments. Red front in through there, and common garment down that way. This one here is as a weapon, I don't know if I'd even want it, to be honest. It's going to be very dangerous to use. Let's go and move back. Now, what I need to do here is I need to go and set up for the next attack. We can still see him. 1, 2, 3. We're slightly outside the area. Let's just wait and see if he's can come out towards us. He's not moving, is he? 2. I'll just move into there. So he actually missed me and is burning himself up. So he actually, this is why these are so dangerous to use. We've gone into the area from where he can see us, but we've actually now gone and he has tried to hit us. So we're in behind this corner, and instead of actually getting around the corner, it's actually hit himself. And so you can see there, he's got damage to the coal node with a shot from the Firefly. So if we have a look and see what he's got there again, if I hover over that, why can't I do this? Actually, I can't see what's going on there. I'm just going to, now that he's actually, I don't know why I can't actually, if I'm right clicking, I should be able to see what he's got. Hang on, I've got a, for whatever reason, I've got no movement here. There's a bug. Something has gone horribly wrong here, guys. Just save and quit. Oh yeah, so we now, I don't know what happened there. We've got our action points back. So this one here, if we have a look and see what he's got, he's down to 43 health and he is reloading. He's very slow, so he does have, it looks like he's got a reload that he has to then go and do with this weapon. Actually, why would he be reloading? I'm going to go to 3 action points. I'm going to move into here and hit him twice. So he's down. So we've actually now been able to get him. Let's now go back down to sneak mode again and have a look to see what he's actually got there. So he does actually have some medicine. I'm just going to go and grab that, and also some morphine. I'm going to grab that as well. Here's I'll take what he's got through here. I am concerned about taking this, but I will take it. So I'll put that into the other slot there. Now I can move in around. There's another guy there, so I'm just going to now move back. And I'll now press X to go and just do 2 more moves. And what's this guy got? He's also using one of them. So, yeah, so unfortunately he's got boots as well. So we'll be able to sort of make better use of what he has got. He's got 65 hit points. Again, very slow movement. This is where I don't want to use that weapon. If I press S, I can then switch. We've got the jet. So this is a... now I'm going to stay where I am. Yep, so he's now burnt into here. Let's just move back up. And I'm just using it where I'm just sneaking around, because I want to hear what he's actually doing. We're seeing the fire from here. We were aware that there was fire down this other side. Let's just see if he comes. Here he is. He's now walking across there. Here he comes. I've got this one selected. And he's now coming back out this other side. I'm going to move up. And I'm going to now blast with this. So I can actually then do a shot down this way. I forget how to do this one. Is it Shift or Control? Alt? Control? Shift? I thought I could actually hit... Yeah, so I can do Shift and then hit something else. I'm going to attack this. Nope, it's not going to do it. Why is that? Not sure why it's actually not allowing me to do it. Thanks for the subscription there, orangutans. Very, very much appreciated. Yeah, my right click broke. Actually, well, it was sort of, I don't know what happened there, but there was something sort of a bit unusual. Let's just go back up to double mode. Now, he's going to come around the corner, and we do want to then go and blast him. So 1, 2, 3. We're sort of in a position here. He's on fire already, actually. So in this case, I'm going to press X. I'm going to take him out now with the knife. So I'm going to switch across and come in for the attack. There we are. So he fried it. So he went through the fire. We'll just go and do a search. Actually, we just now need to go back down to stealth mode again. So if you sort of kite your way through, you can do reasonably well with this game. Now that's about the same. We'll grab the boots. And so what happens through here is we'll see that these things will go up. Like the boots, if I have a look at them, if I click on them there, it'll just give me what they're good at. So they've got like different sorts of resistances. They've got sort of like 4, 4, 4, and 4 with different things. Like even the flame is actually sort of gives us a little bit of extra. So if we go back to fire, we're getting fire resistance of 16 there. If I put the boots on, that will then go up to 20. Actually, yeah, so 20 is now in through that other side. So we have different elements we can then sort of make use of. I don't need to do anything else through there. One thing we can do is recycle everything. So we can just sort of see what other elements we end up getting. This thing gave me a little bit of gasoline, so we actually can get fuel for that particular element. We picked up some rags as well from his clothing, some plastic, etc., etc. Now, we don't need to take all this with us, but I'll keep it for now. And so he's now got nothing left. And I can, if I'm wanting to, use the knife to then actually amputate everything on him as well if we needed to. But we don't really need to do that one. So let's just go back down. Actually, if I just press Control and sort of click my way through. Yep, so they've now disappeared. Now what's that? That's some other garments. These, and you can see there the bonuses that they do give us. So in this case, the pants that we actually have, gives me a better series of protections than what we're currently wearing. So this one here has got 2, 2, and 2, but this one here gives me 4s across a broader range. So I'm just going to go and throw them on board and just chuck these away. I mean, I can just carry them around until we need to get rid of them. There's another cloning control system that will be valuable, and we'll be wanting to sort of take that sort of stuff with us. There's another unit down the bottom there. So this one here, we need 15 of these in the ship, so we're going to grab that one. We'll probably try to take that one with us as well. Yeah, so we've got someone down below. There's more, this is a construction drone. Again, I don't want to be leaving units behind. Now, there's 2 of them down that way. I'll disassemble that one, just get more rags. We need 11 of these in the ship. So I'll just start to take these with me. I'm not going to be able to keep these in reality. Now, until we trigger things, that there is a servo backpack, which is much, much better than the tourist backpack that we've got. So we'll throw that one back, bring this one across. That's good. It's actually did sort those by their most valuable items. So this one here has got gives us another arm slot, so we can actually now put another weapon in. So it's sort of like a backpack with an extra arm. I will take. Actually, I don't even know if I'll bother taking this backpack with me. It's not really worth a hell of a lot. This one here gives us bodybuilding. I'll take that one with me. I'll take the rags. The rags are good as makeup. Like you can actually use them to stabilize wounds. You can use plastic for stabilizing wounds as well. So we'll grab those, and I'll just grab this as well for now, and we'll just do a switch across and just do a reload. So just press R. It's just going to take a couple of turns for us to reload that one, to use that one. There's nothing else this way. I'm concerned about what we have here. Oh, hang on. Did I... Oh, I've switched to the other servo slot. Now, they still can... If they open this one up, we're going to have... I'm just going to press X, even though we're not going to see them anymore. One's got a better weapon. Now we know there's two of them here. They only move at one, so if he moves back, I'm going to stay where I am. So he's down, and then we've got this guy that also just moves at one. So I'm going to now move back up. He should then come back down. Until I see him there, I'm going to just stay where I am. Now, also just always have a bit of a look around, because they will come for you, the different units. Got the 3 slots in through this other side. You can see that our satiety is going down a little bit. Didn't come. I'm just going to go back down to just walking. And he's right there. Just go back out. So we're now dragging the blood around from what we're looking at. I'm going to grab this shotgun and the slugs. Okay, yeah, we don't have anything else we can do there. They've got a pathfinder. We'll actually use that so we can put the bullets. Oops, hang on. Bullets will then go. Where do they go? That one should actually allow us to load bullets in somewhere else. And his rib bone was chopped off. Okay, so we've got the... I'll just keep... Until he actually comes back, I'll just leave that one where that is. Just press X. I'll now just go and switch to that shotgun. Only got one more move, so I can either shoot again. He's now been activated. He wasn't looking at us. I'm going to now walk backwards into this area. He'll come back in. And now I'm going to switch back across to my knife. Come back in and finish him off. All right, so that's now that we've now made noise as well. So if there was, now we're pretty sure there was nothing else that was close into here. So we can now just go through and have a look to see if we're still running. So let's just go back to sneak mode and grab those. That's we'll just go and unload the ammunition, put that in there as well. And again, we're not sort of really getting anything here that's going to be of any benefit to us. That's slightly better quality than what we've currently got. So just throw that one back into there. Yep, so we're looking at got all the different units that we actually have down through that other side. So we'll keep those where they are. Now this looks like there's interesting stuff down here. Again, if they come across the blood, see how we're leaving a trail of blood? They will follow that. This is just a small room. This one has got some chocolate, 150 kilocalories, so we might as well eat this while we're here. And just there's some glass there. Just going to be a sink and a toilet, which we're not going to worry about. Okay, nothing else down that way. So we're still taking blood around with us. Again, we'll just sneak our way up. One thing we didn't check was if there was another point down that way, which I don't think there is. But anyway, we do have to be careful of what may come behind us. Some more food by the looks of things. 500, we'll eat that. We're now up to 2400 again. Bit of watermelon. This is medicine. I'll take that just in case we need it. That, looking at this sort of pattern, this is sort of looks like where we've got to go for the next next sort of areas down. Yes, this is the elevator. So I'm going to go and take the elevator, and what I'll do is I'm just going to go and first of all just press X, just so we're moving at 2 when we take the elevator, just in case I have to do anything tricky when I actually get there. So yeah, too much scatter on the fire fun, yes, and or the fire gun, yeah, and he set himself on fire, yeah. So he hit the corner when that first attack came through, and it reflected back on him. This is why we have to be super careful. Now we're going to go to floor number 2. There will be units now starting to, when they find the blood, they will start to come hunting for us, but they'll stay on their own layer. So have a quick look. We seem to be okay. I'm just going to, so that's the only real way out at this stage, but there may be, there's another door there. These often are just little bedroom type things. We'll just go back in and go back down to stealth mode. These sometimes will just have food. Synthetic chips, I'll take that for now. Yep, so there's nothing else there. So Mr. Meaty. This is a rotten burger. If we go and eat this one, there's a 20% chance we're going to get poisoned, so we don't want to be eating that sort of stuff. Then we've got different like weapon parts which we can use for repairing things. All right, now we've got different. I'm just going to switch across. I need to reload. And these are single. I'm just pressing R each time, so 6 is the maximum we actually have there. So we've got different items there, which I don't really need. Now this is very, very dangerous, this barrel. If that blows up, we're in trouble. So I'm going to have a bit of a look. Oh, hang on, we can't do that one while we're running. It's a radar. This one's also then got the Firefly gas torch. And we've got another guy down here, which is using another shotgun. I do have a barrel there. If I change across, it's too dangerous. I'm going to now move back out of the way. I'm going to go into running mode. And we're going to have to wait for him to then appear in here. Didn't come. That's interesting. So we've now alerted them. So your little question mark is now they've been activated. We'll just go back down to double at this stage, and we'll just keep on waiting for them to come back up through here. If I have a quick look, oh, there's actually a heap of them. If I press Alt, we can sort of see all the different stuff. If I press Shift, I could blow this up. Okay, well, this one's a melee. That one got hit by his own guy. This one was sort of lucky. We aimed for this, but actually ended up hitting the other one. Let's go and switch out now to the knife. So this one here is he's got 2 moves. So I would need to go for 3 moves to have 1 shot and then move 2 away. So I'm going to do that. So I've hit him, and you can see his health bar has gone down. If we have a bit of a look to see, he actually is only using a fist. So it's not going to do much damage. So it's just blunt damage there. So I don't know what's happened, why he doesn't actually have any other... Oh, his hand. his arm he's got a deep wound in the arm, so we may have already dropped, like he may have, whatever he had, we may have actually cut his arm to the point where he's now dropped whatever weapon he had. Let's just go and move back out. He's still going to follow us. He can only move at 2, so he's now down. And then there's still another one coming with a shotgun. So I'm going to go and move across. He'll move up. Let's get our shotgun ready. Just do a reload. Reload. And we're now ready to go. Now we're going to hit the wall here, and we may hit that barrel. And do I want to do that? He's only slow moving, this guy. I've got to be careful he doesn't get a shot in, particularly with this barrel here. So, yeah, I don't have a clear shot at him. I'm going to move away. I'm going to move away this side. I'm just going to wait for him to come into here. I'm going to switch across the knife again. There he is. I can now go into running mode. Got him. Alright, so now we just go back into stealth mode again. And we'll have a quick look and see what we got. So nothing else there that's of any use. Grab some more of these. Unload that ammo as well. He's got some cable, we don't need that. Again, we don't need any of that stuff, so we're actually okay there. There's not much, now we're just running blood everywhere. So if anyone sort of wanders into these rooms, now that there is alcohol package, which we don't need. This is a cricket pistol, which is going to be better than the than what we have. So I'm going to go and get rid of this one, because that's just too dangerous to use. It's sort of fun, but dangerous. So we'll keep the cricket pistol. These items, again, more construction drones. Now we're carrying one of them. I'll get rid of that, and I'll get rid of this. I think we can lay them over the top. No, they're big unwieldy items. Now it's a reinforced vest, which goes down into here. Yeah, we'll take it. I'll eat these. Get rid of that. I'll just carry this Pathfinder around with me. So we do actually have, this is a vest now, which gives me a little bit more protection. So our protection is now getting quite high. There's a container there as well with a blacksmith. Actually, these aren't really worth anything. Go and take that one in. We do need this as well. These little up arrows are from the mod, just showing us what we do actually need. Ultimately, for the ship, there we go. We've already now found the way down to the next layer. Nothing else in there. Okay, so that was, we just happened to beeline straight for the elevator. This will now take us to the top. To level 3. So I'm just going to go and press X and just go into normal movement mode. Go to the third floor. So Red Tank is saying, what difficulty is this? This is literally just normal. So we're not playing on the hard mode, but we're not playing on easy either. Again, have a quick look around to see if there's anything that we need to address. Nothing at this stage. There we go, 3 raiders from Nightcloak. Welcome, guys. So, and Bioff saying, hang on, where is that one? I've missed a fair few of these. So Orangutan saying, it's always one character, right? Never a squad. Sometimes you can pick up people you have to protect and they'll follow you around. So, but you don't actually ever go in as an actual squad. So be off seeing. I think you can get robots that'll follow you about, but they're still sort of rare. Yeah, so there are robots. Depending on where you go, you can actually pick up robots. Orangutan saying, yeah, cool, that's all good. If you use the defib on an enemy, they become your ally too. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Okay, that's interesting. So, yeah, I was trying to figure out what that item even did. Okay. So defib's even used to upgrade the ship. It's been a while since I did a run and I've forgotten a lot. Yeah, it's sort of one of these things where the upgrades are... so that mod is essential for getting what we actually do need through there. Mr. Brown saying shoot the barrel. I did try that initially, which was that it led to that whole series of people being shot in the back and all sorts of stuff. Yep, and so Nightclick saying hello. Got a raid and run, but I hope the stream goes well. Thanks for that. All right, so let's keep on going. So Domin's saying happy Saturday, Daz, and chat. Yes, it's Sunday for me. Now we do actually have... I'm going to go back to stealth mode again, just to see if I can pick up anything else. There's something in here. Now this is a mind chip. This one is already unlocked, but it is worth a bit of money. This is Isabella Capet, who we already have. So I'm not going to... I don't think I'll bother taking that one, but it is worth a lot. Maybe take that one instead of that. There's Victus. I'm not sure what that actually is. So the hat. Oh, got a fair few units down this way. Now this is the only way out at this point in time. Another door there. There's a fair few in there. I don't really want to have units in behind me. So I'm going to switch across to this one. I'm going to press X. Let's see what we're dealing with. That one's also then got the cricket pistol. Hasn't seen me yet. So I want to get him pretty close. I'm going to now go to 3. He's down. And we know that there's more down this way. Alright, this one is also ranged and ranged. So what are we dealing with here? This one here has also then got the dangerous torch. That one does have a shotgun as well. So this one only moves at 1, this one moves at 2. So I've got 1 shot here really, or 2, and then I've got to move away from what his weapon actually is. Missed. Down. He's going to then get a shot at me, so I'm going to move back out of the way. And now I'm going to move back in. Didn't see anything. I'm going to go back and switch down just so I've got more accuracy. So I'm going to go and press Z and just stay where I am. He's been moved backwards. I'm going to stay where I am again. I don't want to be moving into where he is. I'm going to wait now for him to move. Here he is. And he's almost dead. If I just go and switch to the knife. If I press X, I'm just going to get 2 shots at him. There we go. That's done. Alright, so we've done that one. Let's just now go back into stealth mode and have a look and see what else they've got. Just grab all of this in through here. We'll unload the ammo. Actually, there it is down the bottom there. The morphine and the slugs. Keep those slugs down that way. We need to reload with what we actually had. The other one has got this stuff. Did the other one have the... yeah, nothing, no equipment there that we actually really do need. So everything is actually pretty good there. We'll just switch across to the to this one here and start to do the reloads as we move around. That's useful. Download that ammo. Now, is that better? Yeah, it is. You can see there the little up arrows against all of the different resistances. So we'll start to now wear that one. Strike garments were okay. This is strike garment there, strike there, and partisan boots. Yeah, armoured boots, that's fine. The morphine. Again, I'd like to take this one back with me. Get rid of the cast. Put the morphine in there. Take the bullets and put them in there. Just because we do need to have that, the pistol also then sort of activated. I need to keep on reloading. Okay, we're fully loaded there. Now we'll just go back and switch across and reload this one. Now I'm not seeing much else up this way. Let's just keep on coming back this side. Okay, we're leaving this blood trail around it behind us now. Uh, 300 calories, that's about right. We'll eat that. So we've got a few different units down through this side. This is lemon juice. We'll eat that as well. Now the pistol has got a range of... we can actually do a burst mode if we wanted to. It's much higher accuracy. I'm just going to go just to walking mode. You can still hear that one there. What have you got? Another one of those, and you've got a shotgun as well. I'm going to go back. Now that moves at 1, that moves at 1. They're not looking at us. That doesn't mean much. There's another one back over there as well, moves at 2. That one has got a cricket pistol. Okay, we'll switch across. Good. All right, now we can actually do melee here, so I'm just going to go and switch across again. So S. Got 3 shots. Knife fight has now reached level 2, which is good for us. He's almost down. We've still got 2 action points left, so I'll have another shot at him. This one is coming in with the cricket pistol. Again, the range is effective range of 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. He can't quite reach us, but he does move at 2. So let's just now move back. So 1, 2, 1, 2 is where he'll end up in through here. So let's just wait for this. Wait for him to come back in. 1, 2, 3. Can't open that door. Just make sure there's nothing else coming behind us. Okay, we'll just go back down to double move there. Alright, we're now going to have to take him out, so just go to running mode. Oh, hang on. I went to stealth mode. Nope. Go back to running. There we are. So we've got 3 shots in here. So let's go and just let's get in close because he's only got the pistol. The pistol doesn't do a hell of a lot of damage. So we'll now run in and use the knife. There we are. A shot behind. That's good. We now just go back down to stealth mode again. and have a look and see if they've got anything. There's a printed circuit board. Not really going to be of any great use to us. No, nothing there that we need either. It's got a poppy straw. More bullets. We'll take those. We'll unload those as well. Just going to throw those into there. Yep, nothing else there. Want to avoid the blood if I can help it. By the way, the little things that pop up there, when we do different attacks, this is where different things trigger from our class. Now this one here gives me 400. I'm just going to go and eat this while we're here. No, I can't get through that way. That's slightly better than what we've got, but I'll just keep what we've actually got through here. So we're just avoiding standing in the blood if I can help it. Dr. Jones, this is very, very useful. This can really save your bacon. Now the bandages aren't really all that important, but definitely can get rid of the rag now and throw that into there. Okay, that's a dead end, this room. We'll just have a quick look inside this container. Oh, gold bars. We need 9 of them. I'll replace this with the gold bars. So you see we're picking up stuff for the actual, there's another area in here as well. Cigarettes and a blacksmith. Yeah, we can throw those on top there. So we'll go and grab that. Now we still need, I think we're on layer 4. If I just press the map, M, floor 3. So that's where we came in. Now we've got the dead bodies there. Have a bit of a look up. Can't see anything else up that way. Dead end there. Okay. Oh, there we go. So we do have someone behind us, for example. So we're just now going to switch across to the shotgun and move up. Here they all come. So this one here has got another one of these torches, and we saw there was another guy there. So they will follow you, which is where life gets a little bit more interesting. Now he was surprised. There's another one there. And he's also got one of these. So we want to get rid of we don't want the firefly being too close to us. I'm just going to go and stay up in here. I've only got 2 shots here. Let's just see what, actually I forgot to see what he was actually doing. Oh, there's heaps of them. What have you got? This is another one with a just with a shotgun. I've only got 1 more shot with a shotgun. So I'm going to go and move back. I'm going to, I can't reload. Oh, yes, I can reload here. Okay, they're down. That's good. All right, so they will come hunting for us when they come across bodies, which is what's happened there. Let's just go and reload. I'll just go back to sort of more of just a movement mode at this stage. Alright, so they're now all reloaded up. There shouldn't be anything else in these bodies that we need to concern ourselves with. Capacitor, gasoline, nothing else there. Take those. Our this sort of shotgun is becoming a bit more of a problem, so we'll just go and ditch that because this one is a better quality one. And we'll reload that one. Okay, that's done. And up we go. Just go back to stealth mode again. So we can see there, like again, different people have been moving around in here. There's another doorway down that way. It's hard to tell which way they actually came. The blood will sort of leave a trail. Ah, there we go. That's the way through. This is now the final layer. So we're doing pretty well here. We're sort of ready to go now and do this final bit. So we'll just press X and go down to floor 4. So this is now the final mission. This is going to be a little bit more difficult. Hi Incognito, how are you going? Saying, I love that you can customize the run in this. Yeah, so wait, how are you seeing their hit points on hover? Am I not doing something right? This is a mod. I've got a mod that actually gives you, I've got 3 mods running. One that tells me what I need to upgrade my ship when I find stuff. One that is going to sort of repair items a little bit when we get back to the ship, and another one that is showing me what type of enemies we're getting, which is for me a critical thing. So they're the 3 different mods that we actually have, which I think shows you the hit points, shows you the movement, and shows you whether they're melee or ranged attack guys. Let's just have a quick look down this way. 3 different areas that side. I'm just going to go back down to stealth mode, and so we're ready. I'm just going to make sure we are ready to go with everything. So I'm just going to switch across. Yep, so we've got everything sort of prepared. Now, this can get tricky, can get difficult. We'll just have a quick look in each of these areas. Just make sure there's nothing else in through here that we need to address. Nothing else that way. There is water in there. Because of the fire, I'm actually tempted to bring this with me. God, that would be... What I'm going to do is I'm going to go and offload the stuff that I need to get back to here anyway. So let's go and leave a pile of stuff in here, and then we'll pick up what other loot we want. So this is actually a bit of a way you can actually then start to sort of, I guess, cheese the game a little bit, is if you go into your inventory, and then we just start to offload the stuff that we're going to be taking with us. That we don't need in the mission. So all this stuff is stuff that we just don't need. Morphine is a medicine. Pain will go down. I'll keep the morphine with me. And I want that water. So when we come back, we'll be wanting to go and pick up and sort through the loot. Let's grab that water as well, because if we do get burnt, we're going to be able to then make use of that. All right, so Sir Brian is saying, I think the movement mod can cause crashes and is obsolete now that it's been incorporated into the game. Yeah, actually, I'm not sure if that's what I'm using, actually. Let me have a quick look and see. I'll just go to options. General. But show the combat log is on, which is actually fairly useful. The alert icons, is that the one? I forget which ones I've got. It's not that one. Controls, key bindings. It's a good game, isn't it? Like there's a lot in it. Let's just resume. I forget where that mod actually kicks in. The doctor case. Yeah, let's actually grab that as well. I forgot about that. Dr. Jones. We may need that. There we go. We've got a unit back over there. If we press the map, this will then give us a clue. This is where we have to get to. This is our target. So we need to go and kill that one down there. We can see that there's another room back off this other side. the robots. Well, you're just saying, surely you might need the Dr. Jones kit. Yes, we will, I think. Yeah, mod to increase stack sizes is key, especially with the insane satiety requirements with legit armour on. And Eddie Ball Game saying, hey Daz, thank you for your excellent Filigree Kingdom stream. By the way, Spellforce COV just released their Children of Nor. Yes, I actually I wrote a email to what is it, NTQ Nordic or whatever it is, the publisher of the game. So I'll sort of see how we go with that one. And because also they've got random maps in one of the DLCs, and I wanted to look at that as well, actually, for Spellforce. So, but yeah, actually, it's that Filigree Kingdom stream actually went fairly well. Actually, I was almost tempted to play it more of it again today, because it's sort of one of those games where a lot of people like I think people like the idea of the game, but don't really know how to approach it. And so many games are like that. Like Distant Worlds is like that as well. Now, do I divert off and kill these on the way through? And I don't think I will. I think I'm just going to keep on going. There's medical glue there. It can stabilise a wound. So we'll take all this sort of medical stuff with us. There's another one of those. Construction drone. We need 11 of those ultimately. Lemon juice again. I'll take that. And we'll eat this. We can ditch that. I'm sort of in two minds about ditching that one for the simple reason that it actually does have a... you can use it as bandages, pieces of plastic. Spring, we're not going to worry about. Okay, let's have a look at the map. Yeah, so we're heading in the right direction here. There's a rod. This is a trade item, but not really worth anything. Yeah, we're close. We are close. Okay, let's now move up to 2. That is our target. Moves at 3. It's got a submachine gun. Where's the range? Effective range of only 3. Oh, sorry, that's us. No, that's them. Range of 3. We've got a range of 4. Is there anyone else in the room? No, we're here alone. Okay, in that case, let's go up to running mode. He's now aware of us. What's his health like? 125. Gee, we're not doing anything here. Will he come back out? This is where we have to be careful of this. So reloaded. Okay, we're fully loaded now. Just go back to oh, here we are. So we've just been hit by him, which is not good. Okay, so we've now taken damage. So we've got the taste of blood, which we do get regeneration. So activation costs 50 hunger. So our hunger has gone down slightly, but the cooldown is 35 turns. We do get regeneration. We've got a deep wound. So we have a look at our health monitor. So we have a shoulder wound. So it's a deep wound in through here. Damage per action is 1. Damage per action point is 2. So we're going to be losing a fair bit there. We're down to 110 health, and then we also have the arm. It's just got a minor wound, which isn't going to really worry us too much. So I'm not going to worry about this just yet because we do now need to go back in. Let's now go in and let's go and try to stab him. I'm thinking we do actually have dispersed fire mode. Accuracy goes up. I don't think I'm going to be able to get him here. I think I'm going to have to take more damage. I've tried to hit him a few times. Blunt, pierce resistance, which is what the it's got cut, fire, cold, poison, shock, and beam. So he's got 13s with these blunt and pierce. Gosh, if I really can't get close to this. The damage that we do, this does blunt damage, 34 to 36. Okay, a little bit of damage done. He's right here. Okay, I'm now going to switch across to the knife. He's now hitting me back. Still got 14 there. He actually did try to hit us again. Let's have a quick look at our health monitor. We're down to 94 now. Our pain level is 12. There's no effect yet. Sorry, that's our health. What's his? Okay, so he's actually now, he's got a deep wound in his head. So he is now starting to, his vision has gone down. His accuracy has gone down because of that one. He's got a chance to vomit, and damage per action point is 2. He's got a contusion in his shoulder. It's self-healing though, so let's just keep on going with the knife. We've got 3 knife blows here. So you can see through here again, this is actually newish to the game, where we actually can see what we've got with the various attacks that do go in. Let's just keep it there. Oh, nearly, and we've still got 2 more shots. Got him. All right, so carnage now increased, and now we have the mission. Mission management has now kicked in, where we can now go back to the ship. Mission complete. So we can now go back to the evacuation. We can't evacuate from here. We have to go back to the other location. Let's have a quick look and see what we've got. Now we've still got the health is still a problem. I'm going to use the Dr. Jones on the shoulder. I can use that as well. It's got 1 more attack through here. That's only a minor wound, so we won't worry about that one. That's now going to kick in, and we can see now all the different effects. We've got the deep wound there in the shoulder, regenerating now at 2 per turn, which means we should end up starting to come up from the 85. The carnage, this all damage essentially is going up by 60% because of carnage. We now get regeneration through here, 60 regen. So this is actually from the Dr. Jones, and then the painkiller as well will then sort of start to kick in next turn. Let's have a quick look and see what we've got then through this other side. We do actually have more lemon juice. We'll go and eat that. And this will be worth more than either one of these. So I'll take this one here, I think, with me. I can pop that in there for now. Strike garments, commando military jacket is better than what we have here ultimately. So we'll go and take that. He's got impactor space boots. Take those. Okay, so on the floor we've just got the piece of plastic, so that's all okay. Alright, so let's get out of here. Now, I'm going to go and just keep things going. We've still got a piercing wound. We are sort of just getting a little bit, but you can see that up through there. Our health is now, has certainly sort of come up. Our pain levels are 0. If we have a look at the health monitor again, everything is fine. So it's now sort of healed up. Now we've just got to be careful that we don't end up coming across other. Oh, here we go. Got other units on the way through. So we've got ourselves a raider. Now they're in the worst possible position. I'm just going to go and press X here. We're going to switch across. And I'm going to give this one is, we've got rapid fire. I'm going to go and try to hit him, but I'm going to hit that, I'm likely to hit this barrel. He's down. And what have you got? You've just got a cricket pistol. I'll just switch across. Missed. Oh, we got him. I was aiming for the barrel. All right, well, that works. Just reload that. And reload again. Comes another one. Just go back down to movement mode. So we've now got, they're coming out of these other areas. He's a movement 1 guy. I'm going to wait for him to get to the barrel again. What's he using? He's also using a shotgun. All right. Shift. So that's now caused fire there. We'll just keep, there's nothing behind us. There's no other rooms. I didn't think there was any other rooms down that way. There may be. Let's just double check. Actually, no, I'm pretty sure there wasn't. I think that was the edge of the map. So let's just stay where we are and just wait for this fire to go down. Just reload again. And I'm just going to go back down to stealth mode again. That way we can sort of see if anything's coming. If I just switch across and we'll reload this one. Actually, we don't have the bullets for that. So we almost got blown up ourselves. Just wait for this fire to go. Okay, that's good. I think I'm going to just go to double movement because what have we got there? Canned food, we'll eat that. Throw that away. That's a better shotgun than what we've got. We'll just take what we can. Quick look behind. Make sure there's nothing coming. All right, so now we just go back to our loot and pick up what we actually do want to take with us. So we do need one of these ultimately on the ship. We don't need the water. The morphine, I'll see if I can get away with that one. We don't need the cricket pistol. But we definitely want to be taking all of this stuff. Specialist rosters. I'm going to leave that behind. Take that. Get rid of the medical glue and take this. So we're taking most of the things with a little up arrow, which is from a mod, just telling us what we actually do require. The only thing we don't really need is the Dr. Jones kit, but that's, again, fairly useful. So pretty much got everything we require. Let's just get out of here. Oops, hang on, we need to just do the evacuation. Good job, go back to the elevator, we'll pick you up. Evacuation. So that was successful. And very successful, actually, ultimately. Just go continue. So, yeah, it was difficult for ENCOM consultant to hide their joy. Perhaps in the future they'll want to recapture Warden D completely. Then there will be work for us again. The container with the reward is already on Magnum. So they give us a reward for what we just go and did. So this is what we ended up picking up. So we picked up a Umbra cloth which is not very good. We picked up some bullets, a basic item chip. Now this one unlocks the SR-78 assault rifle, which is actually fairly good. Then we've got some 9mm ammunition, some burn tablets. That's pretty much what it was there. But the important thing is that for ANCOM, their power went up by plus 200, and their reputation with us went up by plus 12. So we can start to sort of become more happy, like when they become happy enough to trade with us, we'll then be able to go and actually do some trades. Civil Resistance was the victim that ended up losing. Their power went down by 250 because of that kill, and reputation with us went down to negative 12. So we just continue on with that one, and so we can sort of see anything that's come in new. We'll then sort of show this little plus, so we can sort of see the different things that have actually come back through. So we can actually unlock this one, for example. If I unlock the chip, it just means we can now go and make those. We can trade with those as well. And there was something else that ANCOM wanted that we did pick up. So they've got all this stuff at the bottom through here. Secret data, this is ANCOM property. So this is actually the stuff that we had picked up before we had started. We've got medical components down this way. So we've got all this stuff in here now as well. I'll just go to, say, number 7 with these. Anything with an up arrow, I'll just go and place in this slot. In fact, I'll just unload all. So we're still in the mission, essentially. I'm just going to go and drag those back into here. I can just go and click like this just to shuffle things around. Just do a reshuffle. So these are, just see if there's anything else with an up arrow. Yeah, there's a few things in here. That one's also an up arrow. And that's it pretty much for what we require on the ship itself. So we didn't actually, so we've picked up a few items that are there for upgrading the ship itself. God, this mod is good. I've got to say, that's super, super useful to actually have that. So these are things that we will be wanting to have, for the upgrades ultimately. In terms of everything else that we've got, what I tend to do here as well is just move everything out of here because, and just reset them up again for subsequent missions. I might grab that ANCOM secret data and just throw that one into there for now. Right, nothing much else there. Okay, so we've got those in there. So that's the mission done. Essentially, this paladin was injured. So if we just now finish off the mission, and we can see there we've still got this mission that we can do through here if we wanted to. But we've now got other missions available, and so anything that we've actually subscribed to will actually then show up in through this other side with different things we can then go and do. So yeah, so these are sort of stuff that is close to us. At Mars, there's now a couple of missions on Mars. There's one on Deimos as well. Is that where we are? Yeah, that's where we currently are. Phobos has now got 2. Where we actually have, and you see how they've now gone red. So it's showing red because now they really don't like us. So the status with the Civil Resistance is now restricted, which means that we can't trade with them at all. We can't, I don't know if we can even trade properly with the others yet until we actually sort of become more friendly. So at the moment, ANCOM, I'm not sure if we can actually go to one of the ANCOM locations. Is that where we are, or are we at Phobos? Where the hell are we? Oh, we're at Deimos. So we are back here. Oh, so yeah, we did a raid against them. Essentially, yeah. So that was so Warden D, the colony there. We did the raid. that's okay. That's okay. All right. Well, actually, I'm looking at the time. I'm going to have to actually get going today, so I'm not going to be able to sort of stick around. But I'll keep this one here unless there's another big update in the game. As I say, the one thing that really is bad is trying to trade with different units. Like if we go across, I can't actually move into them anyway. But the trading isn't good. Like it doesn't really work. NCOM, see how NCOM is now happy with us? So we can go and trade with them. Maybe let's just do that and finish that off with a trade with one of their locations. So if we go to the info, I don't think it's going to show us where they actually are. Technology. We've got 12 faction assets. Not that we can sort of see where they actually are. So they've got. If we're looking for this icon through here. So let's just go to one of their locations because they're now happy enough to actually start trading after that mission. So if we go and I'll just show you how sort of like a little bit of how trade actually does work. If we just go back, system map. Mars does have this one here. So this one here, they do produce a few different items. So RSC does produce not much. They're looking for. Have we got any of those things that we can think of? I don't know if I do actually have any of those, so I don't even think I can actually trade with them. But I'll see what can happen. This is Rebus Sky City. So we'll sort of go across. There's a robot there actually as well. And so they've got one location there. Yeah, Phobos, they don't have anything. And then we can sort of go down to, for example, the moon. They don't have anything. They do there. That one, and again, I'm just trying to see if there's. I wish again it would show what we've got, just so we can go and trade. We can go and trade that. There's one of those things there that we can go and trade. I think look. Let's go to the moon and or to the Fuller station, and go and trade here because I think we can actually trade some of the items there and just see actually how this one actually does work. So let's go and travel from Demas to Fuller. Start the travel. So we just produced the 2 first aid kits. This is, I think, the weakest part of the game. Here's Earth, here's the moon, there's a space station. So we've now got this one. Oh, now there's a bloody mission here. Damn it. Just right when we didn't want that to be there. Let's just go to the system map again. Yeah, they've got this one here. We'll go to this one. I don't know if we can actually take anything to trade with that. We'll start the travel just one day to travel to the Earth. What's the bet? There's another thing in here that we have to then go and deal with. Pretty cool, isn't it? The actual the scope of the game. Yeah, so we can actually now go into here. So this is actually one that we can now go across. Now we can do sort of like quick exchanges if we're wanting to. You can see sort of what they. This is their station cargo. This is what they have. So 144. So we can go and buy this directly. So that's one of the robots. So industrial AR. We also have, what's this one here? A recreational AR. It's a robot as well. I didn't realise that. Is there anything else we want? We do want these hydraulic pumps. We do need a fair few of those. So we need 10 of those ultimately. So I can just go and throw a little bit into here. So we'll just go and buy that with what we have. A food container, don't really need it. Water container. I'll get 3. You might as well get 4 of those. In fact, we could probably get everything we require. We need 10. Actually, no, we're going to be chewing through too much of that one. It's got laughter there, yeah. yeah, so actually the robot will eat you is saying, in my opinion, this game is just as interesting without the Quasimorph nonsense. Expanse vibes instead of event. Yeah, no, you're right. Actually, you're right. I actually avoid the Quasimorphosis if I can, because I don't enjoy it either. Actually, that's a great point. It would be good to be able to actually do that one. Now, just reading a few more of the comments there. So if you're on Mars, just cook and eat her. Yeah, there we go. So the robots will eat. You're saying there'll be cooked piece of meat in a fire. Oh yes, of course. Yeah. So you can actually, with the cooked meat, you can just eat it. Jacob Andrew is saying, just my 2 cents, but can you extract with some of the loot because you found a chip and then come back and redo the whole mission? No. The mission then completely resets. So you can't extract halfway through unless you're playing on sort of like an easy mode. We can ultimately, what we're trying to do is build up our ship so we can then get like a supply that we can then shoot back up the ship halfway through the mission. So we will be able to do that soonish, or like once we sort of get a few more of these items. Yeah, so if he has it in his options at the start, he can, but I don't. I've turned that off because that's sort of more of an easy mode. Now on the other side here, we've got Sister Brian saying trouble is the stuff that they like to trade for you will also be needed for ship upgrades. So we have a bit of money here anyway. So we do actually have some. Would you like to see trade for more basic items like guns? Yeah, I agree with you. It would be good if it was more basic. So your trading is kind of a pain. It's a massive pain in the game. It's something that they really need to address. So I can actually go into the actual station if I wanted to. So Wolfman saying, hello Daz, can I still cheese the game by going into the Quasimorphs, chopping my character to bits and selling them the pieces over and over? I'm not sure actually. I'm not sure. I've never done that. So we've got the buy, so we can buy those. So we've now been able to buy some of these items. This is the items that they actually have there. So if we go back to the cargo hold, these are all the new things that we just picked up. So we do actually have this robot, which we could take on missions if we wanted to. So this one will then sort of help us out. And we've picked up 4 of these hydraulic pumps, which we will need for other things as well. Actually, we need that for something as well. I don't know. We need 2 of those ultimately. So we've got 610. Let's just leave that where that is for now. If we go down, this is the exchange area. So they wanted this. It's funny, they didn't... I thought they wanted that. This is where this gets annoying, I've got to say. If we just go back out again. No, they don't need that. What do they need that we've got? I don't think we've got any of that stuff. And if I click on it, I've got the exchange area there. I must have the fast trading turned on, because you can go down and actually trade as well. Like you can actually fly down. But I think this is better than what it was. But yeah, this is it's not highlighting what we can trade, what they'll take. Medical components wasn't one, was it? No, that's not going to buy it. So they'll only buy what we actually have, what they've got in that list. So it becomes cumbersome, very, very cumbersome to actually trade, unless you're just getting money. But again, to try to figure out what do they need, we have to go all the way back. We have to then go and click on this or hover over that one to see what are they. If I click on it, we don't get to still see the list, which is very, very annoying. I mean, at least this one you're only paying money, whereas previously you couldn't even do that. But still, it is frustrating. It would be cool to see what's actually going on. Like you've got to hover over that one and try to recognise what the pieces actually are, which is not good. If we go back to the spacecraft, there's still nothing else we can actually go and upgrade at this point in time. So the things that we are accruing on our ship, we still can't actually make good use of just yet. But we'll get there eventually. So, in fact, if we have a look at each of the different locations, see, I can actually, with these, we've got low reputation, so it's costing us extra. So I can actually still go and get stuff. See, that might be worth doing. I know we can't trade with them. Yes, we need to be friendly. But if we go back out, who has got the chips, the management chips? So this Grasshopper Technologies will take the gold off us, not that we need it. But anyway, look, I'm not going to keep... Actually, they produce different items in here as well. So we could go and buy things there from SBN if we can get friendly enough with them. Yes, we're just not... Our reputation with them is just too low. Anyway, that's essentially the trade at this stage in the game. Yeah, what did we get to? They're saying I just killed 6 people in a single store bathroom. I didn't ask questions on why they were all there. The game spawning is a bit odd. It's improving though, and they do come hunting for you, which is actually fairly cool. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there, guys. So thanks for watching. I think we sort of covered most of the things, but again, the missions are fantastic. Like, they're just unbelievably good. The game is heading really in the right direction, and they keep on improving. They focus on one thing and just keep on improving it. We didn't get to have a look at augmentations or anything. We didn't actually find any of those. But yeah, as I said before, the game just gets better and better and better. And at the moment, it's not great in terms of the trading and the upgrade system. But with mods and things, it will be a bit helpful. But yeah, it's still a bit of a pain. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you tomorrow. I don't think I'll stream again today. I'm not sure. I've got a few things I've got to get and go and do. But anyway, keep an eye on this game. It's early access, but very